Hey guys, this is Nod Lammers of Invoked 101, and today I am doing a Destiny Hero deck profile post Soul Fusion Special Edition, and this does change up the deck quite a bit because there was some stuff that I wanted to put in the deck but didn't own, and there was some other stuff that also has changed about this deck. Like, this deck plays pretty differently, as well as there was a hit to it on the ban list in the form of Destiny Hero Malicious going to 2. So along with that, this deck was one of the 2 decks that I knew I was going to update. So after our Soul Fusion opening, this was one of the decks on the list. Anyways, I have a Patreon in the description below. If you guys want to check that out, you guys can get a mat, you guys can get entered into giveaways, you can get in our Discord, a whole bunch of stuff like that. And then if you want to keep up with everything we do here, consider subscribing. That helps us out a lot. So without further ado, I'm going to set the extra deck off to the side. I'm going to set the spells and traps off to the side, and we're going to start with the monsters as we do. So the first monster I run and the first Destiny Hero is 3 Destiny Hero Drilldark. When this guy is normal or special summoned, you get to special summon a Destiny Hero with equal or less than attack of himself from your hand to the side of the field. He is a hard once per turn. He also has piercing damage, which comes up oddly enough quite a few times I've found. Then the next one I play, and this is the only other 3 of Destiny Hero, is 3 Destiny Hero Celestial. Yes, the one common because I couldn't get a 3rd secret rare. So there we go. Destiny Hero Celestial's effect is that when he's in the graveyard and you have no cards in hand, you can banish him and another Destiny Hero and draw 2 cards. So, you know, it helps with the whole draw hero strategy. Very cool. 2 Malicious. You'll realistically only get one of you only ever are gonna get like one on field because the other one's like discard fodder. But if you are lucky, you can actually go like Drilldark, Malicious, Isold, and then Malicious gets out gets out another copy of Malicious, and you know that's a play that can happen. And then I'm playing 2 Destiny Hero Dreamer. So the reason I'm playing Dreamer is because he's a level 1, and that will come in handy later. But I play 2 Dreamers because I feel he's better than Disc Commander, who's the other level 1, and also because of an interaction he has with not Summon Sorceress, Isold. So, and then for the last Destiny Heroes, 1 Decider, who is like a reverse Stratos. Once per duel, you get to use each of his effects, and his first effect is that you get to pick up any hero out of your graveyard in the end phase, and then his other effect is that if you would take effect damage, you can add him back to your hand and negate that effect damage. He also can't be targeted by level 6 or higher monsters for attacks, so that's kind of interesting. And then 1 Diamond Dude. Diamond Dude flips over the top card of your deck. If it's a spell, send it to the graveyard, you get it activated next turn, and then but if it's not, you just put it on the bottom. So that's why we play him. Just the 1 Diamond Dude. But yeah, that's it for the Destiny Hero monsters. So we do play it's 12 Destiny Heroes and then 9 auxiliary heroes. So we do have some supplementary hero engine, which of course includes E-Hero Solid Soldier. So Solid Soldier, when he's normal summoned, you get to special summon 1 hero monster from your hand, and then when he's sent to the graveyard by a spell effect, you get to special summon 1 hero from your graveyard in defense position except Solid Soldier. He is a hard once per turn on both his effects. So very cool card. I love, like, super great and amazing. He's actually the reason I started running another card in this deck that I'll talk about when I get to it. 2 Shadow Mist. Still playing the 2 Shadow Mist. Not because I don't have a 3rd one, but because I think that 2 is fine. 1 Stratos. People kept commenting on my video about how I don't have a Stratos in my deck after he came off the ban list, so I got myself a Shonen Jump version of him. So that way people would stop. Stratos, everyone knows him. You get to search a hero monster. And then for the last elemental hero, 1 Honest Neos. I honestly would love to. I would like to play more of this. I'd like 2 max, like 2 minimum, but I have the 1, so I thought I had a 2nd one, but I guess I don't. And then for the last heroes, 2 Vion. Vion searches Polymerization. It also sends Mally to grave. Opening Vion and Solid Soldier is pretty dope. These guys are pretty cool together. So that's that. That is it for the monsters. So it's 9 extra heroes and 12 Destiny Heroes. So let's talk about the spell lineup. I am playing 3 copies of Destiny Draw. This is like one of the best draw cards in the game. Discard a D hero, draw 2. It's incredible graveyard setup, and it's basic. And if you flip it off of Diamond Dude, it's Pot of Greed. It's like actual Pot of Greed. And then I play 3 Allure of Darkness. I was playing 2. I've actually recorded this deck profile twice, this being the second one, and I found a 3rd Allure of Darkness, so I decided to put it in. Sadly, it's actually a bit beat up, but whatever. Allure of Darkness is Allure of Darkness, and it'll work for the deck. So there we go. So that's it for our draw cards in this deck, and then I'm playing 3 Polymerization. This deck does have a very heavy fusion strategy to it, so I'm playing 3 poly and then 1 super poly. So originally I was playing Dark Hole over this, but I realized that if they have a monster that I'm trying to out, this can probably out it. So there we go, 1 super poly. And then 2 mass change. I like this. This is to summon Darklaw. It gives us targets for searching, and you know, we'll actually draw into it with 2. I used to only play 1, but I've started playing 2. And then a card I'd like to play at 3, which is 2 E-Call. So I started playing E-Call because I want to search Solid Man really, really badly, and I don't know why I wasn't playing this before. I would be playing 3 of this if I had a 3rd one, but I couldn't find a 3rd one, so I'm just playing the 2. I would play 3. I would play 3 though. So this it's not once per turn, it just searches an elemental hero. So you can grab Solid Man, you can grab Stratos, you can grab Shadow Mist, Honest Neos off of this. It's really quite cool. So just an insane card, and I'm glad to have that. And then I also have a Rhoda. So I basically have 3 E-Calls, 3 Rhodas, but I like to have 4 Rhodas because I just think that would be awesome. And then for our one-of spells, I'm playing Monster Reborn, of course, Upstart Goblin, which would be the 3rd E-Call if I had a 3rd one, 1 Foolish Burial for the Malicious, and then lastly, 1 Divine Sword Phoenix Blade. And this is for Isolde. This is this is for Isolde, and it's also for Destiny Hero Dystopia, and I'll talk about that in a bit. And then I play 1 trap in the entire deck, and that is Necrofusion. And Necrofusion is for summoning the harder fusion monsters in the deck. I don't usually use this for like the small ones, but I'll talk about it when we get into the extra deck, which will be right now. So just set everything off to the side. But yeah, I like this spell lineup. I really do. I think it's pretty dope. I like this this version of the deck a lot. So into the extra deck, we play 2 Destiny Hero Dangerous, just for the because he's just a Destiny Hero and a Dark monster. So that's pretty cool. And then he has an effect to boost the attack of all Destiny Heroes on field. 2 Dystopia. Dystopia is really cool. Usually you'll make 1 the standard way, and then if you get lucky, you can make 1 a janky way. But he does burn damage, and then his other effect is that if his attack value is changed, you get to reset his attack and then pop 1 card on the field, which is a quick effect. So if you happen to draw into your Phoenix Blade, or you put it back in your hand using its own effect, you can equip it to Dystopia, and Dystopia will get his effect. So there's a nice little interaction right there. 1 copy of Dusktopia. So Dusktopia is really cool because basically how he works is you'll have 2 monsters in hand, and you'll have like a Link monster on board, and then you'll have Destiny Heroes in grave. Then you'll set Necrofusion and hopefully have 2 Destiny Heroes in hand. Activate Necrofusion on your opponent's turn. Fusion summon this, and then he'll fusion summon this under the other spot, and so you'll have 2 monsters. You would have done burn damage, and you can protect anything on the field for a turn. I think that's crazy with this guy. So Dustopia it's just a cool little combo that you can do with Necrofusion to summon out Dustopia. Necrofusion, of course, can summon Dystopia and any other fusion monster in the extra deck, but usually you want to save it for the big guy that's like a fusion monster and something else. I'm playing 2 Vision Hero Adoration because he is the generic hero. He's just 2 hero monsters, so you know, I confuse him with I can use Vion, I can use Stratos, I can use Celestial, I can use any hero that is in the deck. It can be used to fuse him. And then we play 1 Dragos Tapelia. So this is Predaplanet Dragos Tapelia, and it's really cool. So it needs a fusion monster and a dark monster. This is another one that you use Necrofusion for. And it has a quick effect of placing a Predaplant counter onto a monster. And Predaplant counters reduce the level of the monster that they're on to like 1 or 2, and then monsters that are level 2 or lower can't activate effects, and those effects are negated. So that's the really cool thing, and I think it triggers whenever a monster's effect is activated. Let me just give that a quick read. Once per turn, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls, place a Predator counter on it, and if it is level 2 or higher, it becomes level 1, and as long as it has a Predator counter, negate the activated effects of your opponent's monsters that have Predator counters on them. So yeah. So there you go, that's what that does. And that's pretty cool. Actually, does this have to... Use some more use the monster like hand or field. Oh, so theoretically, you could activate Necrofusion to go into this guy, and then his effect to go into this guy. That could be something, but but yeah, Dragos Tapelia is there for negation, and I think that's just a neat little interaction that it has. And then for masked heroes, I'm playing 1 Anki, 1 Darklaw. I should probably just be playing 2 Darklaw, but I actually don't know if I have a second one, so I'll have to go look for that. But if I would play 2 Darklaw over the Anki. That's it for fusions. And then for links, 1 Wee Witch because it's dark and most of this deck is dark. 1 I sold because people kept telling me that I needed one, and with the special editions we finally get reprints of this, and it's super accessible for just about anyone. So how this Isolde works in Destiny Heroes is you dump Divine Sword Phoenix Blade to summon out Dreamer. You link Dreamer and Isolde together to get Summon Sorceress, and then Summon Sorceress will pop off doing if you can keep going with your plays. So there we go, that is how that works. And then of course extra hero Wonder Driver and 1 extra hero Dread Decimator. So there we go. That's those guys. Oh yeah, you can also use extra heroes to fuse into the Vision hero, which I think is really funny. So yeah, there we go. That is the extra deck for D heroes. And I was playing Underclock Taker in here, but I was like, am I really going to go into Underclock Taker over one of these two? And the answer was always no. So I decided to just go with these ones. Anyways, that is it for the deck, and I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. I love Destiny Heroes, and I'm super glad that we got Isolde reprinted, because it feels like it was reprinted just for them. You know, like one of those things where it's like, oh man, we finally got this reprint for this deck that really needs it. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. As always, tell me what I can do to make this deck better in the description, in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video.